today we're doing some donations for Texas, and it's crazy.
You know, this so reminds me of the old AOL days. The ding, 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 ding. It's exactly, yeah, it's exactly like it was, and only there's. Look at this. Um, this is what. Let me show you what's happened. What's happened? Have you been able to spend any time on LinkedIn at all?
Not really. I'm so Facebook centric. My group
Right.
is so
No, no,
so
yeah,
Facebook centric.
I understand. Believe me. What's happening now is LinkedIn just added the active status feature. So I'm going to open this up. You got this little, come on, you got the little green dot. If
Okay.
so, if it's
Oh
a
yeah.
so the green dot means they're on. I mean, they're logged on to LinkedIn, and the little green donut means they're on LinkedIn through a mobile.
Oh wow.
So what we're seeing happening now is if you go now remember everything that you see here is also up here in the messaging area. So I'm gonna just shut this down so you can see it better. But even here, you can just it's exactly the same. You can scroll down and you can see everybody that you're talking to, everybody that you're communicating with is well, I clicked it. Let's see, I clicked it twice. Have a so what we're seeing happen is that you're writing to people. It's just like Facebook. I mean, it as more and more people get used to it, uh, and, and they start using it. Hold on a second. No. Yeah, hi Sam. Yeah, hi. Listen, I'm sorry. I thought did I had asked Jarrett to. I don't know. Maybe he thought I was going to do it. I'm in a session. It's kind of like one of these emergency things that I had to do.
Sure.
12:30. Can we connect at 1:30? An hour from now, about 45 minutes. I'll call you as soon as I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right, buddy.
All right.
All right. So what you got here is again the same thing where you can basically scroll down and see who's on and but the interesting thing is the people that don't appear to be on when you write to them, the next thing you know you got the little red thing and they're typing back. So just because they don't have it turned on, everybody's getting sensitive now to the notifications. And what LinkedIn is really doing, I mean, they are pushing hard at letting people know that there are people to talk to. They are pushing communications, interaction between people like they've never done it before. It's almost a culture change, a whole the recruiters don't like it. The headhunters don't like it. People are the professionals are complaining, but they're just making it really easy. Now, whether you saw the little green dot or not, if you wrote to him, depending upon where he is, um, don't be surprised if he doesn't write back to you in 20 minutes.
Wow.
So yeah, and so the other thing that they're doing, which is let's see, if you go to your home page, they're giving everybody a what do they call it? Um, okay, uh, it's kind of like a um, okay. From here, if go to your profile. oh, I can't, man, it's like, your dashboard. So you're the only one that sees this. But now they're basically telling you there are 117 people that looked at your profile, 70 people looked at your post, and you've appeared in 28 different searches. So just from the standpoint of starting a conversation, Brent, there are so many different opportunities to start a conversation. Whether it's, hey, listen, I've looked at your profile. I saw you looked at my profile. You know, let's connect, and you start a conversation. These people have looked at, you know, something that you posted, and so this is another new feature. But the big one, the really big one, is you know, what you're seeing over here with you know, with the messaging. Another thing that you're doing, if you go back to your homepage, every time something appears on your newsfeed, you could actually just take your mouse and put it on. Kevin likes something. So they're making it, you know, if you knew them, they're making it easier for you to message. They're telling you 3 new connections were made in your network. So-and-so became a friend with so-and-so.
Wow.
I mean, they are if anybody gets shut off because they contacted somebody that they don't know, they really have to be, you know, outrageously blatant, because they're constantly, you know, putting it in front of people. So now,
So Max, help me a little bit. You know, so I don't want to say I'm rusty, because I'm not, but when it comes to like reaching out with some of these people, you know, when I don't know somebody, um, you
okay,
know, what are people doing? Expanding invite? I mean, you know, what's the opening conversation? I mean, is it
okay,
just
no, no,
them,
no, no,
just the old form thing?
no, no, no. Well, pretty much, you know, to a certain extent, it require, you know, to really work LinkedIn effectively. There's a process. I'll go through it with you, and I'll show you the scripts. And the last part of it requires a little intelligence, okay? And let me pull up my scripts file. The searching features on LinkedIn are a gazillion times better than Facebook. And one of the problems that you had was pinpointing people in a particular location. So when you're reaching out to someone on LinkedIn, there's a pretty basic here. Your page just came up on LinkedIn as someone I should like to know, and after seeing what you do, I'd have to agree. So I'd like to add you to my professional network. It's as simple as that. Now they give you a little bit. They give you more opportunity to type. There's 300 characters. Now it's nice to connect with, and this is the follow-up. It's nice to connect with you. I've made some amazing new friends. How long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? I'll go through it with you, with somebody. Now this can be copied. You know, it's the same for everybody. What happens after that is what we call the icebreaker. I've made some amazing new friends this way. How long have you been on LinkedIn? How is it working for you? As opposed to asking, what do you do? On Facebook, you would ask, what do you do? On LinkedIn, because it's a resume, sometimes it's not appropriate to ask, what do you do? So you go, how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? So if we come back over here, and let's do a search for someone in sales. and let's do a sales sales executive. Because what you're looking for is you're looking for somebody, and there's roughly 2.3 million sales executives. Now, actually, we could have, here, instead of sales, I'm going to do one I did earlier today. Instead of, I'm going to go with medical sales. Okay? Now, when you look for people in medical sales, there are roughly 2.7 million. Now, everybody gets different results, okay? Now, I'm going to go on my page, and I'm going to do the same search. So it's starting to work just like Facebook in that they match you up with the more things you have in common with someone, the better. So I got okay, so I did the same search. I got the same number, 2704625. But my results are different than yours. Why? Because we're different. Because we went to different schools. We filled out different boxes. We have different mutual connections. So most of the time, everybody's going to get different search results when you're talking about something like this. All right. So now you take a look at this Abigail, medical device sales. Now she's up here at the top because she's in Salt Lake, and you've got 21 shared connections. So let's take a look at who she is. Now, it could be you got 21 shared connections because she's in NuSkin. Or, now you bring up the page, and just like Facebook, you're looking for people. On here, it's easier because you now when the profile comes up, what you're doing is you're looking at the work history. You're looking at the work history. So we come down here. She's clearly on here a lot. You've got 21 mutual connections. Now you can actually, you couldn't do this before. You can see how active they are. You can see all of the things that they've posted. Now this is where, okay, this is where this is the exciting stuff. And this is where it requires a little bit of intelligence. She just started working for Johnson & Johnson for 3 months. Let's look at her history, okay? Let's go back all the way down to the bottom. So here you got someone that started out 9 years ago. She was a receptionist in a hair salon. Then she goes out and she goes into sales. So she does this for 1 year and 7 months. Then she moves up. Now and this is all sales. Sales executive, medical sales rep, up until last year. She did this for 2 years and 7 months. Now she goes over here, and for a short period of time, she was a manager. Territory manager. Well, that's the same thing as a salesperson. But now, since she stopped in June, and now she's got a new job. So this is somebody that, is trying to find her thing. And you have medical sales, you have pharmaceutical sales. So you want to reach out to somebody like this. Here's the way it works. You want to connect. She's on your second level. You can connect with second level people all the time. But you also want to follow them. And when you follow them, just like Facebook, when they do things, you're going to know. It's going to be up here in your notifications. So to save about 6 keystrokes, instead of hitting the connect button first, you come up here and you follow them first. If you connect with them first and then you got to go back to find the follow me button, it's crazy. So you just hit the follow me button thing first. Now we go over here to connect, and now they've given you 300 characters where we can paste. Now her name is Abigail. You can pick her name up right up here at the top. So you go your page just came up in LinkedIn. Someone I should like to know after seeing, we customize a little bit. Or, no, after seeing what you do, I'd have to agree. So, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Send it. Now, when you send this, what's happening is we've already followed her. So, anytime she does anything, there's going to be, there's going to be a record. You're going to hear about it. Now, let's go and take a look at the next one.
Bridget.
Yeah, okay, so we got Bridget. Now, something that we just started to talk about it today was you can go on here and you could search for people in and around Houston, because everybody's all over social media. You know, how are you doing in the storm? So here, medical sales, platinum realty, 2 mutual connections, and if she's got any kind of activity, it pops up. Okay, so sales, platinum realty for 5 years. She's got 2 jobs. Now, she has to know something about network marketing, just because she's been in real estate for as long, or for this.
Well, I can see that the 2 people she knows, one of them's Ziti or whatever her name is, right there, Zaidi. I've interacted with her before, and she jumps from deal to deal about as fast as anybody I've ever seen.
Okay. Now, where are you seeing this? Oh, right here. Are these 2 here? I got you.
Yeah. I don't know Jenny, but I know Zaidi.
Well,
Zaidi.
right, but and that may be the reason that they're connected. So the question here is reaching out to her would be a piece of cake. We just we do the same thing. We hit the follow me button, and then we go over here and we pop in the note. Now when they write back, and this is to keep it simple. If you had a bunch of connection requests, and so let's just go take a look and see if you have any. What you do? Okay, yeah, you got 7 invitations. Okay, so LinkedIn is making it even easier now. You got 7 people here that have reached out to you, and of course they're doing the same thing, putting people in front of you based on the numbers of mutual friends and your different activity. So here, what we want to do is we want to accept them And then we have a basic, what we call the icebreaker, which is, it's nice to connect with you on LinkedIn. I've made some amazing new friends this way. And the icebreaker is, how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? So you can literally accept these people. Now there's 7 here. If you go over to here to look at all your connections, they're listed in order of activity. So these people that are your new connections are going to all show up right here. Camellia will be the baseline. So now here's somebody. Let's look and see. You connected 18 hours ago. You connected 2 days ago. So let's look and... So what you do here is, without having to worry about even looking at their profile, what you do is you pop this over, and you don't even have to put their name in it, because you're looking for the people that are clearly interested in communicating. So literally you can run down this entire list. These are the new people. And okay, so this one is someone you already talked to.
Yeah, I'm running an ad. I'm running a social media sales ad.
Yeah, how's that working?
I get 6, 7 people a week
Mhm.
that want to talk.
Right.
It's a little bit awkward because what I do is I go back and I say, look, this really isn't a job, it's a gig.
Right.
And we should talk about it before we go farther. And then I text them back and forth a little bit and see if they're interested in working at home.
Okay. My sense is going to be that when you get into it for a while, you're going to stop it. only because it
I've gotten 3 new executives from it so far.
Really? Well, okay. You
And it's because I just go at it really honestly. I just say, look, it didn't really fit. I just text them. I just say, look, it doesn't really fit, but it's a sales job. The difference between what we were doing and what we are doing is, Max, we're just selling product in social media.
Right.
I mean, they don't have to even think about network marketing if they don't want, and they can make a couple $100 a week. This week, today.
Well,
So it's not really a job, and I say that right up front. Now, I'm not trying to defend that. You're right; it's a little awkward, but they're transitional.
Yeah,
They're
right,
looking.
right. Well, I listen. I listen. If it's working for you, I like it. Yeah. There's a limit to there's a limit to the number of I guess it's like anything else. Are there a lot of other similar? Are there a lot of other network marketers running job ads?
I haven't seen any, and again, I haven't really looked.
Right.
I don't have time to breathe.
I'm sure I'll look. I'll look and see, because at some point in time, it will catch on, and you're right. It's just a quick look. I'm exactly like you said. It's not a job, but it's something that can generate income for you right away, and because of what you're doing, and the fact that it does create income right away, I could see where it could work. So,
of all the things that I'm most interested in, I'm interested in 3 categories of people. I'm interested in 26-year-old to 35-year-old women, professionals, because eventually every one of that demographic thinks about working at home.
Yeah.
Unless they're single. So that demographic I'm super interested in. I'm really, really interested in disruption network marketing because we're really, as you can see, we're disrupting it. You know, no sign up fee, no ADR, no. You don't even have to make a personal order in NuSkin to get paid anymore. There's no pay to play in NuSkin. We've been that way 3 years. So all the things that people hate about network marketing, we have eliminated. You know, you think of the big four, time, how much time does it take to post in your social media? None.
Right.
You know, so money, you don't need any money at all because you're going to sell something before you own it and make a profit on it. So money and time are the two big ones. I hate network marketing. Well, you know, you don't have to do network marketing. You do social selling. You know, what's the other big, you know, thing that people hate? I mean, those are the big ones right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate selling. I guess you can't overcome that, but we're really not selling. We're just putting a product out there, telling a story about our interaction with it, and people are buying it.
Yep. Yep.
So those are kind of the big four deals. And I'm not trying to advocate this. I'm just saying I'm really interested in that demographic 26 to 35. I'm really interested in
Okay.
network marketers that are disillusioned.
Okay. Let me show you how you can find people in that demographic. First, there's a list that the top 10. Let me pull it up. The top 10 professions that have the highest burnout rate, and and retail sales was one of them. Let's see, I just did it for put it up here, I think. So retail sales is one of them, and you're gonna love this. Um, let's come down here too.
Well, and retail sales is just about ready to get flipped over by virtual retailing.
For sure, for sure. In fact, if we go, so the only ways that you can really, you can still search for people on Facebook, but LinkedIn has taken it to a whole new level. Where is it here? And everybody's watching everybody else's Facebook. So let's see, where is it? I know it's here.
So last night,
Here it is.
I'm always feeding my group.
Uh-huh.
I'm always feeding them posts that are working and stuff that I find. And last night I accidentally posted one on my Facebook in open water.
Uh-huh.
And it was there for 3 minutes. And I had a guy message me and say, okay, I've seen you posting about this. I'm ready to talk to you.
Yeah.
It was up 3 minutes and I deleted it.
All right. So here, retail, and it's number 10 in the top professions. But then, I mean, literally, where did we do that? If you went over to, let me just go to Google. Let me do it from here. Retail stores closing. And in 2017. And 22 big retailers. And so you could literally, this is one of the things we're going to be teaching in September. Where they list all of them. I mean, there are even places where you can go. That's still loading. There are places where you can go to get um, um, a list of the stores in your area that are closing. But it doesn't matter whether those people are being involved or not, because well, let's. This was my page. Let me get this out of your way. Let me come back over here.
Closing 72 stores. Wow.
Yeah. It's yeah, Sears. Okay, let's do Sears. And so these are this is where they're closing. Now, you come back over here on LinkedIn and you do a search for Sears. Whoops. Actually, I should do it in your account. So we do a search. Here we go. I mean, Brent, there are so many options for people to reach out and connect with people that have similar experience. Well, see, we go to Sears. Now, it's along the same line, because what you're doing is if you're looking for youth, retail sales. Of course, another way to do it is this comes up. Okay, this person, she's a general manager at Sears. She doesn't look very old. I mean, she has reached the top of her pyramid as long as she stays in retail sales. And at some point in time, I mean, honey, you're in a high burnout area. What's terrific about what you're doing now is, like you said, this is social selling. It's not network marketing. And God, I hate how long it takes for this stuff to come up. So she's in Canada, and you know, one person, one similar connection on LinkedIn. It's crazy. And now look over here on the right, because what you're getting are if people who looked at her profile also looked at these profiles. So they're just throwing it at you. This woman clearly is, are you a passionate and results-driven manager looking for new opportunities? So she's probably recruiting like crazy. Now, she's been a general manager for 2 months.
Wow.
And, you know, before that, she was a district manager. What you'd really like to see is you'd like to see somebody that was in management, general manager, now they're back in sales or they're back in customer service. So they've taken, so store manager for Victoria's Secret, 5 months. District supervisor, 2 years, 7 months. So clearly this is someone that, you know, she's in sales. Now, of course, the question is, how old is she? We can come down here if we could figure out her education. No, she's not showing it. So here's somebody that, let's say we want to reach out to her. Do the same thing. First, we're going to go over here and we're going to follow her. And what that's going to do is it's going to let you know through a notification when she does anything. Then we're going to come back over to our now this is one for, hey, I noticed you looked at my profile. So all of these things, your page just came up on LinkedIn. Copy that. And so we're following her. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send her a note. Now the first two can pretty much be all the same. After that, we're going to look at um, okay, so now we're going to pop that over. Now, another way to find the demographic you're looking for is to go to the schools. Go to the schools. So you can pick. Let's pick a university. Let's pick something that isn't in your general area. So let's look. I'm going to go for Florida State University. Okay, so we hit Florida State University, and then what we're going to do, so there's about 823,000 people that fall into that category, but to filter and search better, you got to go over here, you got to click on schools. And so we got Florida State, Florida Atlantic, and there's so what we're going to do is we're going to click on this. Click on the actual school. And next, we're going to see alumni. So there's right now 204,000 alumni. So now we go over here to see alumni. Now, this is they've built in their own filters. So you want somebody young, you want somebody that got out of college in, let's say 2000 and let's say 14. So they've been out of school for 3 years, or you could do 2 years. If they went in 2015, they did it 4 years, it would be 2011. But we can go 2000 and let's go 2010. Now what happens is you're going to notice the number over on the left is going to drop. Okay? Now over here, this is where they work, and this is what they do. So you want young people? Come on. Let's take the people that got out of college and now they're in sales. Let's come down. Don't tell me they have, okay, so here, boy, they're changing this up. Search alumni by the keyword. They took it out. You used to be able to bring up, it used to filter down the people. They've taken that out. Boy, a lot of people are going to be unhappy about that, including me. Okay, so what do? We got salespeople. And there's 48 that work at Target. Publix. So that's a big food chain, grocery store chain. So let's go sales, Target. Let's see the ones that There's still too many. Um, this is what you can do. Okay, we filtered down. So now you're looking at, man, Brent, they have just, it's been 5 days, and they took away the old one, and now they're sticking everybody with the new one. Okay, so these people are in sales, for fashion, merchandising. Here's a sales assistant. Open up her page. So you got somebody that's right out of college. It's been out of college for 2 or 3 years. And you can tell the ones that are actively doing things on here because, you know, you just look at their resumes. You know, and reaching out to these people, again, would be easy. Sales assistant. She's from Atlanta, and the fact that she's got 500 connections on here shows you she's somebody that's active on here. Now, the way you get around, now the fact that she's got this gold little box here tells you she's on here to meet people. She's on here to network. But because she's on your 3rd level, the only way you could reach out to her is through InMail. Wrong. You go over here to the 3 dots again, and you've got, you can follow her first, and then you connect with her. So on your 3rd level, you can still connect. But let's see. She's been a sales assistant here for selling something, whatever it is. Public relations. 2015. These are all short jobs. So she's basically looking to get out there in the real world, and she's active. So you do the same thing. You go over here. You hit.
She's a brand ambassador for what was that? She's a brand ambassador for that's a network marketing deal.
The Next Step Realty?
Yeah, for Realty.
Really?
No, it's not. It's not a network marketing deal. It's the brand ambassadors become a catchword for
right.
all the social selling companies.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this over, and follow her. Then we're gonna go over and we're gonna connect. And her name is Lindsay with it. Hi, Lindsay. So, oops. So this is the way you can literally reach out to people. LinkedIn will maintain a list of who you've attempted to contact. And the way you find that is if you go over to your network. You've got, again, these people are reaching out to you. So right away, you hit them with the icebreaker. It's nice to connect with you on LinkedIn. How long have you been on it? How's it working for you? Over here, under Manage All, you can see where your activity. So these are the messages that have come in. And so you got all these people that want to connect with you. And then over here, these are the ones, if you click on Send, these are the ones that you've reached out to. We just reached out to her. So,
what an amazing tool.
I'm telling you, it's outrageous. And that's why it's just like Facebook. what I'd like to do is, this is a great um, example for people of what you're doing. With your permission, I'm gonna put this up on YouTube on how you're doing this, and all the other comments that you made about the differences between New Skin and network marketing will be. It starts off slow, but then other people are going to see it, and if there's anybody watching this that you know wants an easy way to make money with the new social selling methods that Brent, Bryson, and the folks over at NuSkin are doing. Just
Max, I've put together their strategy. I know what NuSkin's doing. Their stated goal is to get to 10 billion.
mm-hmm.
And I know their internal strategy now. There's multiple pieces to that. First, you got to have the logistics. So they just signed a deal. So they hired Mark Lawrence to be the CFO from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
He was there 10 years at Amazon. So he has a lot of product experience, with how that all worked internally, how Amazon got all those people selling products on their platform. So he engaged a product talent agency, and they interviewed 500 different small companies that have unique products. And this weekend, the 28th, 29th, and 30th, 30 of those companies are coming to give their presentations. They're going to do that once a month. And they become brand partners with NuSkin because we've got cash out the wazoo. So, like this lip product that we just launched, that was an example of this. It was somebody else's product. They went in, bought the company, invested heavily in their factories and manufacturing, and got that product in the marketplace in 6 months, which is the fastest we've ever had a new product,
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to use both our innovation pipeline, which is the 80 scientists. So they'll vet all these products, plus they'll continue to develop. So as a product comes through the front door through the Shark Tank method, basically we'll call it, they'll vet it with our scientists, vet it with our regulatory, vet it with all those resources we have. And we'll have brand new fuel to feed the social sellers. I bet we have a new product every month for the next while.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan, you got to have the logistics to drop ship it all, so that you're literally point and click. You use your social media. Somebody hits a link, they get paid instantly, and the product drop ships. So to do that, you've got to have massive infrastructure. So they engage XPO, the largest logistics shipper in the world. That is a press release in our last quarterly earnings. So now you got the logistics for shipping, and it'll also drive the cost of shipping down. So we'll be able to ship one off, two off. And then right now, the reason I've been so busy is they've built this $60 million social media platform called MeCommerce that consolidates all your social media accounts all into one place, so you can, and it keeps track. It's a CRM. It keeps track of your interactions, so you know who you've interacted with. So it puts them all in one place. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, you can put all your accounts in there, and you can see how you've interacted with people, and you can set dates to follow up, etc. It's a literal social media app. Plus, it's got a store on the front of it that you can make custom offers. So, like, I could offer you 10% off or whatever when your reorder comes up. And then it also has a bunch of other tools beyond the store. It's pretty robust. They spent $60 million on it.
Wow.
That thing's out. It's in beta testing now. There's 500 of us in the US testing it, and then it'll get launched at conventions. So that's the three-legged stool right there. You got to have the logistics. You got to have the product to feed the animal. You've got to have that. Social sellers want new stuff. You don't want to keep going back with toothpaste. You got to, go with toothpaste and then go with another product and then another product. You got to have campaigns,
Right.
Probably 4 or 5 of them a year anyway. I think 6 is the optimal number. And then there's no barrier to entry. You don't have to do an automatic ship. You don't have to pay to sign up. It's free. I mean, we have knocked down all the walls. We are going to go to 10 billion so fast that the network marketing industry won't know what hit it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and yeah. What can I say? I mean, we're watching it happen. It's not one of these we're predicting something's going to happen. It's happening.
No, yeah. I just, we started this group with my son, and when we started the private, the secret group, the NuSkin's social media training, we had four of us, and within a week there were 14, and right now I'm looking at it, there's 2,557 4 months later.
Love it. Love it. So we want young people, young women, and in that age range, and you could literally go in by profession and pull them out. In age situations, you have to go by. There's going to be the visual. You could just look at the search results and see who appears to be young, and then there are going to be certain professions that I think are normally attract young people. That would also be good. But the thing that you want to remember is that everybody on these social networks, they've already got an existing network. They've already got people that they're already connected with. And so the beautiful thing about what you're doing is for no cost, no money involved at all. I mean, their friends can be jumping into the business, or their friends can be selling stuff, whether it's toothpaste or the lip stuff. I'm anxious to get we got a notice something got delivered, so maybe we got your toothpaste. And
Yeah, I didn't have any lip product to send you. I've got it now.
Okay.
It delivered yesterday, so I'll shoot you off. Actually, I need to take a picture of the colors and see which color your wife wants to try.
Yeah, but she's been bucking, she's been she's been bugging me for like 3 weeks. Did you send Brent the address? so so we'll take before and after pictures, and I've got yeah.
What networks are struggling? I mean, like if I'm going to go, so my first demographics on the page right now. I mean, I'm looking at it.
Right.
I figured the way this goes is people get out of college at about 21, 22 years old. They go out, they get a corporate job, they get kicked in the teeth.
Yeah.
They get kicked in the teeth again, they get kicked in the teeth again. And by the time they're about 26, 27, they start to figure out that working in a corporate environment, you're going to get, your compensation is going to never grow. It's going to always pay. They're going to pay you just enough to keep you. And so the people that are going to become dissatisfied with that, it's about the time I entered network marketing. I entered network marketing at 27 years old, right? And I look at all my top leaders, and almost every one of them either came into the industry right in their late 20s, early 30s, or when they retired, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the demographic right there, that 9-year window where people start to wake up that they're getting their teeth. So there's that one, and then there's people that figure it out and get in the wrong company. They go sign up in some binary or some small one trick pony. That they're never going to do any kind of innovation. They're never going to refresh their opportunity. And that'd be, the Zangos of the world. It's just been a parade of those kind of companies that get to a couple $100 million, and then the principals get rich and they never invest back, and it just floats along for a few years and finally goes away.
Well,
right?
Yeah. Well, we're watching it happen. We're watching it happen now. I'll put together a little list for you of companies that you might want to look at.
I'm gonna come back. I'm going on a trip. I'm going on a little short 4 day trip. 4 day trip in the middle of September. Then I come back for 5 days, and then I'm going on a bucket list golf trip. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to figure out Instagram to do an Instagram story
Mm-hmm.
because we're going to Shannon, Ireland. We're
Wow.
playing 14 days of golf, and we're taking a helicopter from the Trump Resort every morning to a different golf course. There's
Wow.
14 of us doing it, and I mean, we're talking about $35,000.
Yeah, but you haven't been playing as much golf over the summer as you used to.
Yeah, no, and so it's like a full on once in a lifetime
Uh-huh.
go to Ireland pilgrimage, golf trip.
Right.
And then the second I get back from that thing, I'm going to hit the recruiting so hard
All right.
between October 1st and next on Labor Day, really not late Memorial Day.
Right.
That window, where I mean, the cycle, right? January to June
Right.
is just it. But I want to get a jump on it. I want to get a few people started
Okay.
in the holiday season so that they can get the jump on it. It's not about me; it's about them.
Well, one of the things we're introducing in September. I'll shoot you over a copy. Is we're calling it the 90-day game, 90 days to diamond game plan.
There you go.
Where we're focused. We're doing it's 30-day full intense active social media programs. So what the top position in your company is what the
Blue Diamond.
Blue Diamond. So it would
Yeah.
be the diamond. So we just have to make it blue.
Yep.
All right.
Diamond's perfect.
Yep. I'm
Like,
gonna.
it'll be a diamond at the end of the month, and we're 4 months in.
He made diamond in 4 months.
Yeah, he'll be diamond on the first day of September.
I love it. I love it. We're gonna have to do another one of these because I'll have the answers to some of the things that you talked about. But I gotta go. I got somebody.
Okay. Yep. Got it. I gotta go too. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye bye.